What can be worse than regret? What can be worse than growing old and coming to the realization that you could have done more with your life? I'm 27 years old, and there might be a little bit of regret I have, and I'm sure you have some regret. But the last thing I want is to be 90 years old and sit there with my future wife and just think that I could have done more, that I could have done better. I know the feeling because just like so many other guys I know and I knew growing up, I wanted to be a football player. I wanted to play in the Premier League. I wanted to play for Newcastle United, the football team that I support, get on the pitch in black and white stripes and score goals and pick up the Premier League trophy and become a successful player at Newcastle United. I wanted these things, but I didn't really want those things. Because there's one thing wanting something and having the belief in inverted commas, that you can do it. But then actually putting in the work and the actions required to get you there. I know so many guys who, just like me, wanted this and shared this exact same dream, but none of us have made it. None of us are out there playing, not in the Premier League, not in the Championship, not in League One. I don't know one guy who actually plays professional football. But we all wanted it. So why did none of us make it? Well, I'll tell you why. Because nobody worked hard enough to get there. Now, there's two ways you can fail, right? There's one way where you put in the work and you work as hard as you can and you do everything that was needed in order to help you achieve that goal, but it just wasn't meant for you. God's timing, divine timing, and you know, what was meant for you on this earth is something that you will get, but you put in all the work, but you still didn't get it. I truly don't believe that anyone who I know anyway put in all the work required to actually become a football player and didn't make it. They didn't. And that's the other way to fail, is that you half-arse it. You don't give not 100%, not 110%, but 150 fucking percent every single day. I honestly believe that if you're not obsessed with something, then there is absolutely no way you can achieve it. Yeah, I wanted to be a football player, and I might get some late night surge of motivation. I remember watching some Eric Thomas video on how if you want it as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful. And then I listened to that podcast and I went on a run on the field at the park near me, and I did a few laps around there, and I did that for like a few days straight. But then I'd stop after a week. Why? Because I was just relying on motivation. I was relying on just, I feel motivated right now to go on a run, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. But then I got distracted. I got distracted by other things in life, meeting up with my mates, having a drink, smoking a bit of WEED. I don't know how this YouTube thing works with talking about that online. Don't want this video to get blocked off, but there were so many distractions which stopped me from actually becoming a football player. And yes, I do sit with regret. Yes, I do think that if I had the mindset that I've got now, if I understood that I needed to be utterly obsessed, that I needed to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go on a run, come back home, have a shower, go to school, come back home, go on another run, kick a ball against the wall every fucking day for about 3 hours straight. I had the time. We all had the fucking time. Every child has the time to put in the work. And there is no such thing as overtraining or overworking, especially at our young age. Like, I'm 27 now. I could train twice a day. There is no such thing as overtraining. Yeah, maybe when you're 50 years old and you haven't ever trained before in your life, then training for 2 hours a day is going to be overtraining. But there is no way. And so, yeah, I sit here and I think what could have been. I think if I actually put in the work, if I put in that 150% effort, that I could have achieved at least some success in being a football player. At least League One or Championship. I might not have been Premier League status, but I didn't want it enough. I knew I could have done it. Yeah, sure. But you got to back up that belief with action. They say faith without work is dead. And so you can't just believe that you can do it. You have to actually work and be obsessed every single day. Think about it. What's in the back of your mind? I want to be a football player. Now, this video is not about being a football player. This video is about you waking up at 30 years old, at 40 years old, at 50 years old, at 80 years old, at 90 years old, and living with the pain of regret because you didn't try your hardest when you could. There is no better time than right now to work on yourself and become a disciplined, resilient man. You have the least amount of responsibilities that you're ever going to have. If you're watching this video, you're probably in your mid-20s, going on to 30 or just past 30. If you don't have any children, if you don't have a family right now, and you aspire to have one, just like myself, then you know that this is the most time that you're going to have to work on yourself. And the beauty of it is that if you put in the work now, you will need to put in less work later. I don't want to be 90 years old living with the pain of regret. I know what regret feels like. I wish I could have been a football player, but I'm not. And so every single day I wake up obsessed with what I have to do and the type of man I want to become so that I can actually do the actions required to get me there, to build my physique, to become strong. And so every single day you need to wake up early. You need to go to you think I like waking up early. You think I like when my alarm goes off at 4 o'clock in the morning. My brain is telling me to go back to sleep and that I could just do with an extra half an hour and I just need to be more comfortable and it will make me feel better throughout the day. But no, I choose to ignore that voice and I choose to get up, whether I like it or not, and get to work. Because now's the time to put everything we've got into becoming the best version of ourselves. Otherwise, you will live with that pain of regret. I could have become a football player. I didn't. Do I regret it? Yes. But I will not live with that pain of regret, and I will make sure that I remember this pain, this feeling of knowing that I could have done more and didn't. And so everything that I do in life, I will do better. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to use that pain of anything you've had in your life, knowing that you could have done more, and actually start to be obsessed with becoming the best version of yourself. Go to the gym 3 days a week, hit your macros, hit your nutrition. Make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do in order to get strong and build your physique, because that's how you become disciplined. That's how you live a life worth living. It's time to put the fucking work in, boys. No more faffing about. It's time to get to work. You're getting older. This is your time. There is no better time than now. And that's why I'll be getting on it every single day. All of my boys that I'm training, getting on it every single day, following through with everything that they need to do. And if you want to join, if you want to talk about this one-to-one coaching that I got going on with the boys, and you want to become the best version of yourself, check the link below. I'm going to put a link where you can book a call and we can talk about what it is that you want from life and if I can help you achieve it. I've got more YouTube videos coming out because we're trying to level up, boys. We're trying to become the best version of ourselves, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's exactly what this page is about. So if you want to watch more, keep an eye out for more videos. Check out the stories on Instagram where I'll be posting on myself about my days every single day, and I'll see you in the next video. Love.